The meadows are covered with flocks. The fields deck themselves with wheat, and together they glorify your name. On this occasion, we take rest to consider your many blessings. We thank you for our freedom and for the opportunity to contribute our skills, our attributes, and our values toward the good of society. We thank you for the mixture of our cultures, blending us into one people under God. Help us to be a light unto others. We remember those who are less fortunate than we. Let the word that goes forth from our mouths speak of your peace. We pray that you will bless all those who gather here as we have come to experience your presence among us. Give us your guidance, O God, and empower us for your work. For we claim nothing for ourselves, but return all honor and glory unto you, and offer our thanks and praise. Amen.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Bayang magiliw, pero sa silanganan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, buyak ka ng magiliw, sa manlulupi, di ka masisingil, sa lagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mo kamay, ay ilang ang tula at kawin sa paglayang pinakaman. Ang isang lang watawat mo'y nagumpay na nagiging, ang bituin at harap na kailan magpapagpagdilim. Lupa ng araw na maraming pagsikap, nayayain sa ating ko. Aming ligaya dapat may mamagin, at namatay ng tayo sa'yo.
Ang Imus, mahal kong bayan, sulong sa kaunlaran. Dito'y payapa at masagana, kay ganda ng kapaligiran. Ang Imus, matiyang minamahal, may ningning pag-ibig at banal, ugad ng lahi, sakdal kagitingan, inang bayani, may kadakilaan, tigib sa puso, pag-asa't kalayaan, kapuri-puri, Imus sa ating bayan. Ang Imus, mahal kong bayan, sulong sa kaunlaran. Dito'y payapa at masagana, ganda ng kapaligiran. Ang Imus batiyang minamahal, may ningning pag-ibig at dangal, pugad ng lahing sakdal kaginingan. Inang bayani, may kadakilaan, digib sa puso, pag-asa't kalayaan. Kapuri-puri, Imus ating bayan. Anong ligaya ang dito'y silang. Kapuri-puri mo sa aking bayan. Kapuri-puri mo sa aking bayan.
All right. So welcome to the Imus City Stakeholders Meeting. Again, congratulations to the City of Imus for being chosen as one of the digital cities this year. Thank you again for being with us today to discuss the Digital Cities program and the role of the ICT Council, which we believe is very significant and relevant for us to be able to bounce back our local economy and move forward one step at a time amidst the pandemic. So the partnership among the local and national agencies, civil society, and the private sector is very critical for us to realize the sustainability of this long-term goal. So we hope to have a fruitful discussion for today. Your questions will be entertained at the latter part of the program. So to give us a welcoming remark, let's give a virtual clap to our DICT Regional Director, Engineer Reynaldo Tis. Hi, Sir Ray.
Hi, thank you, Ila. To Honorable Mayor Emmanuel Maliksi, to our friends from the city government of Imus, from the Kadim, from the private sectors, to my fellow workers from the national government agencies, good afternoon po sa atin lahat. In behalf of the Department of Information and Communications Technology, Luzon Cluster 2, we wish to congratulate the City of Imus for being included in the Digital Cities 2025 award given last June 2020. Only few selected cities were given this prestigious distinction to be included in the list of digital cities. Digital Cities Award means that our city has a high potential of attracting IT BPM locators, which could translate to more jobs, more income, and lots of business activities in the cities. Kaya lang, hindi lang Imo City ang na-declare na digital cities. There are also other areas na na-declare na digital cities as well. Which means we have other competitors in attracting IT BPM locators. Hindi tayo nag-iisa. That's why today will be just the start of our collaboration to make our city competitive. This is the whole essence of the stakeholders meeting. We need to form an alliance and partnership. Alliance between the LGUs, private sectors, academe, national government agencies, between key players in the city. So we can all move as one in developing our strategies and plans so we can attract and convince IT BPM locators that our city is the best place to set up their businesses. Thank you for coming over and enthusiastically joining today's stockholders meeting. Good afternoon po muli sa ating lahat.
Thank you very much, Sir Ray. So good afternoon again, everyone. Let me just acknowledge our participants who have confirmed their attendance before this meeting. From the City Government of Imus, we have Mr. Marks Nicolay Delmo, the OIC of Leipo, Ms. Cristina Escarilla, the IT Department Head, Mr. Paul Esguerra, the Admin Officer of Imus Polytechnic Institute, Engineer Del Pelaez, the Department Head of City Planning and Development Office, Engineer Christian Mervin Sarno, the City Engineer from the City Engineering Office, Ms. Raquel Camacho of Imus Peso, Mr. Edgardo Sakilian, Jr. from the concurrent head of CTDO, Ms. Cherry Crisel Manglanlan, the unit head of TRU, Ms. Vilma Hakama, the department head of IVTS, Police Lieutenant Colonel Gerald C. D., the OIC Imus CPS of PNP, Mr. June Bense Adelan of the Information Technology Officer of the Imus, and from the academe, we also have Dr. Encarnacion Ralio, the CEO of Imus Institute of Science and Technology, Mr. Angelo Aguinaldo, the School Director of Southdale International, Mr. Manny Del Prado, the President and Founder of Imus Computer Colleges, Mr. John Albert Mazo, the School Administrator of Informatics College Cavite Incorporation. And from the Cavite State University, we have Miss Mildred T. Apostol, Mr. Ricky Tepora, Mr. Jose Lerio Batula, Miss Grace Ibanez, Miss Rosalina Lacuesta, Mr. Carlo Malabanan, Dr. Alfe M. Solina. We also have Miss Simi Faith Escarilla, the IT of Unida Christian Colleges, Miss Christina Bautista, the HR and Operations Manager from eSynergy International Incorporation, Miss Mary Magdalene Reyes, the School Administrator of Del Rosario Christian Institute. From the real estate developers, we have Mr. Stephen Comia, the property manager of Ayala Land Corporation, Ms. Rosemary Rondilla from Eagle Rock Land Adventures, Ms. Mary Grace Aguinaldo, the corporate secretary, Ms. Lotta Marina, the accounting head of Sue Bella Realty Corporation and Ruby Sapphire Land Corporation. From Lizard Bear Tasking Incorporation, and from the telecommunications providers, we have Eileen Vidalion, the relationship manager of PLDT and Smart, Miss Melody Del Moro, the broadband territory sales head of Globe. From the hotel and restaurant owners, Mr. Clark Dominguez, the owner of Hybrid Project, Ms. Libel Paraiso, the admin and finance officer of Casa Verde, Mr. Jean Gutierrez, the owner of Big Ben. And last but not the least, Mr. Eni Ramos, the president of Imus Chamber of Commerce and Industry Incorporation. Thank you very much for being with us today. So let's now proceed to the substantial part of the program. To discuss the Digital Cities program and roles of ICT Council, may I call on our IIDB co-focal and also the provincial head of the ICT Bataan, Mr. Edriel Miranda. Hi, Sir Eds.
Hello, Dia. Naririnig ba ako?
Yes, sir.
Ayan. So, magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Good afternoon po to all who are here in today's stakeholders meeting of Imus City. And we are glad that we are joined here today with Mayor Emmanuel Maliksi, which later on he will give us a message. I am Edriel Miranda to present the Digital Cities 2025 of the DICT. Again, first, I would like to congratulate po ang Imus City for being part of the Digital Cities 2025. And for this stakeholders meeting, we are happy. The DICT LC2 is happy kasi sobrang dami pong stakeholders na nag-attend from the LGU side, from the regional line agencies, from the academe, and from the private industry. So nakakatuwa po na we are actually nasa 40 plus po tayo sa ating Zoom attendance. So I hope lahat po ay maging interested dito po sa ating endeavor na initiated po ng Imus City to participate in the Digital Cities 2025 program. So to start with, to give you a little background, the Digital Cities, or previously known as the Next Wave Cities program, aims to promote inclusive growth and development around the country. Since its inception in 2009, the program has assessed and identified cities outside Metro Manila that can be the next centers and good options for IT BPM operations. No? So ano ba yung anchoring laws po nitong Digital Cities 2025? It's the AO18 and also part of the Balik Probinsya, Balik Pag-asa program. And it aims to expand the IT BPM industry to cities and provinces in the countryside through identifying 25 cities in 2020. So, sabi rin po ng aming director kanina na hindi lang Imus City ang na-identify as digital cities. Meron tayong 25 digital cities in total. So with that, medyo marami din ang competition natin. Kaya very important po ang gagawin nating activity for today kasi as a stakeholder, as the stakeholders or possible stakeholders to become the Imus City ICT Council ay malaki pong role ang gagampanan po ninyo. So nandito po part of the Metro Cavite is the Imus City. So to sustain the rapid growth of the IT BPM industry and to continue the development of the countryside was the driving force to determine the 2025 digital cities. These cities will be the center of focus for new developments for the next 3 years. And with this, the LGUs, ICT councils, and IT BPM locators will have access to information on strategies and procedures of the private and public sector deemed to be most effective in developing and growing the IT BPM sector in the provinces. So, ang goal po natin, no, is to generate an additional 107,000 jobs in the countryside by 2022. So the Digital Cities is widely seen to have been an effective program in communicating industry readiness of new centers. It focuses on the creation and development of ICT hubs, which will serve as business and innovation centers and investment destinations outside Metro Manila, thus creating jobs and related economic opportunities in this area. So, to the by the way, in the background, to determine the Digital Cities 2025, the technical working group of the ICT together with the IBPAP and DCHU used these 4-item scorecards, which was based in the assessment of the local government units. This includes the cost of doing business, the talent pool of the local government unit, the infrastructure availability, and of course, the business environment. And being part of the Digital Cities 2025 program, there will be a multi-year interventions that will be provided by the DICT. This is the institutional development, talent development, infrastructure development, and marketing and promotion. No? So isa-isahin po natin. So in the institutional development, this includes the setting up of the multi-agency task force for Digital Cities 2025. It includes creation, if none, and strengthening of ICT Council. So actually, this stakeholders meeting, ito po yung pinatarget po niyang activity. It's under the institutional development, which is the creation of an ICT Council here in Imus City. No? And in addition to that, there will be IT BPM workshops for ICT councils, Digital Cities Portal workshop, best practice sharing webinars, and creation of local roadmap. And in the talent development naman, there will be and we will be promoting the IT BPM Local Ambassadors Program, Local Awareness Fair, Industry Perception Survey, virtual seminars, local digital workforce program, near-hire training, and SMP content download. And then in the infrastructure development, this is in inclusion in the ICT infrastructure programs, internet projects with telco companies, PNVS introduction to the city. And in the marketing and promotion, this includes the promotion and marketing workshop, inclusion in industry collaterals, promotion in Digital Cities Portal, and the local trade missions roadshow. So ito pong apat na to, dito tayo magpo-focus for the next 3 to 5 years under the Digital Cities 2025 program. But for now, to start this interventions or to start this activity is we need to create an ICT Council for Imus City. On our previous meeting with Mayor Malixino, nasabi naman niya na there's already a core group na nagmamanage or gumagawa ng mga ICT initiatives for the city. Ang kailangan lang ay ma-institutionalize and ma-formalize na ito for this year. So, to discuss briefly, what is the ICT Council? So kung familiar po kayo sa National ICT Confederation of the Philippines, this is the association of all ICT councils in the country. So for now, ito po yung iilan sa mga existing ICT councils po na naka-register po sa NICT. No? One example is the Aurora ICT Council, the Balanga ICT Council, the Tarlac ICT Council, etc., etc. Okay. So what is an ICT Council? No? It is a multi-stakeholder organization usually comprising of local government, academe, and the business community or support groups. Its primary objective is to develop the local ecosystem in terms of infrastructure, talent, and the business environment suitable for the IT BPM industry and the opportunity of the digital economy. So kung titignan niyo po itong image po natin, no, it comprises of the government, the industry, and the academe. Kaya po very happy kami na on this meeting is well represented po itong tatlong to. So what are the specific objectives of an ICT Council? To develop the talent pool for IT BPM industries and digital economy, to encourage development of local infrastructure such as telecommunications, PEZA accredited buildings, spaces, power and water, airports, roads, etc. To develop a business-friendly ecosystem and supportive LGU to attract IT BPM companies, investors, and provide assistance to prospective investors. So it also includes the marketing the locality to prospective locators, either on-site or by aggressively inviting locators in their city. Develop local entrepreneurship by supporting local startups and individuals seeking online opportunities. Act as local advocate or liaison for the interests of the industry or individual in the digital economy. So, ito po yung ating mga stakeholders, no, na gusto po sana namin na ma-include dito sa ICT Council. This includes the industry players, real estate developers, utilities, national government agencies, local government, and of course, the universities and school. So, what are the 5 important shared values, or what are the underlying principles why we need to build, strengthen, and sustain the ICT Council? So the common basic foundation of strong ICT Council. First is the pioneering spirit, coming together and taking the lead towards creating jobs and opportunities for our cities and provinces. No, sabi po dito, benefits, the load becomes easier, clear, and common goals are set. Challenges po natin dito ay the resources, the leadership, commitment, clear timelines, and strategies. So, pioneering spirit, no? Sinasabi po kanina na the ICT Council will be the primary entity that will help the city in promoting it to foreign investors or local IT BPM locators, no? So, dapat meron siyang initiative mismo na gawin po yung ganong klaseng initiative. Next is for the LGU naman, catalyst and enabler, recognizes the main role of local government as a catalyst and an enabler, providing supportive, transparent, and pro-competitive policies and framework to strongly encourage market-led initiatives. I know the city of Imus or Imus City has been a catalyst of ICT initiatives, no, sa inyo pong lugar. Alam ko marami na pong mga project initiated by the local government that includes the sa paggamit po ng mga ICT resources para po sa community natin. So, ayun nga po, nabanggit ko kanina, no, what we need is just to formalize this group or this council, no, both for the local government unit and the academe plus the industry. Next is talent development. Dito po papasok ang ating academe. So, recognizes the importance of quality and scalability of talent. Next is the private sector involvement. The primary role of private sector in the business community is to provide investments, capital, and other resources for economic development, and therefore there is a need to empower all stakeholders by ensuring their participation in all levels of planning. And next is a multi-stakeholder approach. No, this includes the local government, the academe. Ito po yung sinasabi ko po magmula kanina na this is a multi-stakeholders approach. So if pagbabasihan po natin yung scorecard, which includes talent, cost, infrastructure, and business environment, magkakaibang institution po ang pwedeng mag-manage nun. For the talent, we have the academe. Then for the cost, we have the local government unit. For the infrastructure also. And then for business environment, we need the industry sector po naman. So again, we hope that everyone will be participating in this endeavor. So some example of the ICT Council, or this is the Cebu SIT, or the SEDPIT po, na ICT Council po ng Cebu City. Now, we all know naman po na Cebu po ngayon po ay meron po silang tinatawag na IT Park, wherein sobra po talagang nag-boom ang kanilang IT BPM industry and nakapag-attract po sila ng maraming mga IT BPM locators. No? So, SEDPIT or Cebu City became very successful in building the local IT BPM ecosystem. It all started with sites in 2003 with less than 20 people. So ito po yung mga pictures na sample, no? The old Cebu Domestic Airport in 1989. Then ito na po siya ngayon. Now the Cebu IT Park. And this is the former Club Filipino Golf Course, early 90s. And then ito na po siya ngayon, now Cebu Business Park, no? So some impacts po of the IT BPM industry kapag po nag-evolve siya. So in 2001, there's only 1,200 heads, and now there is a 170,000 heads being employed with direct employment contribution, no? So there's a significant increase for the past 18 years. And then sa ating indirect naman po, I'm sorry. So indirect employment contribution naman is 3 times multiplier effect. So in 2001, there's 3,600 heads. In 2019, it's 510,000. So again, there's a significant increase dahil po sa pag-boom ng IT BPM sector nila. So kung i-compare po natin siya sa kanyang contribution to the local economy, so ito siya, it's ilan ba ito? 33 million? No, it's 48 billion na ba to? And anyways, ganun po kalaki yung naging contribution niya sa local economy. So this, yung 170,000, this is the direct employment, and then 510,000, this is the indirect employment, multiplied by their monthly income, which is 15,000 and 8,000, multiplied by the number of months, 13 months and 12 months. So ito po siya. No? Total contribution to local economy, it's 82.11 billion per year. So ito po yung naging impact po niya. Okay? So now we move on to the next steps. No? So why do we need to create such council? The first is to check the readiness of the city. So again, our first step in our multi-year intervention is the institutional development, where the DICT will help you in the creation of ICT Council, empowering and strengthening it. And then moving forward, we will be having the strategic planning workshop, which will include, again, the ICT Council and the local government unit. Ang aim po ng strategic planning workshop is to come up with an ICT roadmap, or the IT BPM roadmap. Yung roadmap na po yun po yung magiging guide po natin kung paano po natin ma-attain or mapupuntahan yung end goal natin to become the next IT BPM location in the country. So ayan po, no? This is to conduct initial scorecard assessment, establish and strengthen ICT Council, conduct strategic workshop, etc., etc. And the membership of the different sectors, again, nuulit-ulit ko po kanina, LGU, academe, industry partner, ito po kasi yung mga sector na kinabibilangan ng ating scorecard assessment. So it is better if we have the sector of academe when we talk about talent. No? So ang una po talagang hinahanap ng mga IT BPM locators natin is the talent. So there's a very big participation required from the academe. And of course, our local government unit, the regional or national government agencies, and the private sector or the industry, kailangan po natin yung inputs po nila. Okay? So, I hope nalinawan po kayo on the totality or kabuuan po ng ating Digital Cities PH program and the need and importance of the ICT Council. Siguro po later sa ating Q&A, pwede po kayong magtanong. Okay? Ila, Dia, maraming salamat po sa oras niyo.
All right. Thank you very much, Sir Eds, for that stellar presentation. Indeed, the role of the ICT Council is really crucial in this program. And I know our stakeholders have already questions in mind. And now we'll have the Q&A portion po. Please, if you have questions and clarification, you can unmute your mic po. Anyone from you po? Sir Eds, can we remove the share screen para makita natin sila lahat? Yan.
Mukhang tahimik sila.
Anyone po from the LGU, from the private sector? Any clarifications po sa diniscuss ni Sir Eds?
Well, siguro naguguluhan pa din sila, no? The reason po, no, bakit po namin ikinather here is we want to establish an ICT Council for Imus City. And sa pinakita ko po kanina, the composition of the ICT Council includes of academe, the industry partner, and the local government unit, together with the national government agencies. With the local government units and the national government agencies, wala pong problema. We already have had a meeting with Mayor Maliksi, and actually siya po ang nagbigay ng go signal to conduct this activity and to formalize and institutionalize the ICT Council. Na-mention nga po niya na meron ng core group na nag-work out sa mga ICT initiatives ng city. Kailangan lang po namin ng maybe additional or to become the permanent members of the ICT Council. That's why in-invite po namin ang DepEd, ang academe, pati po yung mga private institutions na under po sa mga industry po natin. So, ayun po. Later on, spoil ko na, we will be asking you if you're willing to participate to the ICT Council and become a member. No? Pero later po, i-discuss po paano po natin gagawin yun. But for now, if you have some clarifications and questions po regarding the Digital Cities program, this is your opportunity to ask po. Thank you.
Ayan. So yung mga nahiya pong magtanong, you can also chat in our Zoom chat. Wala pong tanong. Malinaw naman po sa atin ang discussion. Siguro it's better, Sir Eds, no, and Ma'am Dia, if we're going to ask them what they think about the creation of ICT Council, no?
Yeah, parang some opinions po. Do you have any opinions about creating the ICT Council in the city government of Imus?